Hello everyone, welcome to Music Speaks, the show where we present student performers. I'm your host, Matt Anderson, and today we have a very special guest. Fresh off of his senior performance recital is Ed Toscanini. Ed, how's it going today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. So you're a music major, you've taught Spanish to kids in South America before, but let's get to the music first. So how'd you get into playing guitar?
Well, actually, I started on the bass back in middle school because all of my friends played guitar. So I was like, no, I'm gonna play the bass. But then when I started to travel, I switched to the guitar because traveling with a solo bass is hard to jam out by yourself.
Nice. And so what drew you to jazz?
So when I go to a show, my favorite part is when somebody just like takes a crazy solo, like a face melting, just like, whoa, what was that? And jazz is how you get better at improvising. So I figured learn jazz and I can play just about anything.
Okay. So I'll stop there for a second to ask you about your time in South America. So I know you taught English to students down there. What was that like?
That was a crazy experience. I actually did have a guitar teacher, learned some Spanish, like criollo guitar, picked up the language, pretty well.
Cool. And was it like really special, like teach the kids and all that?
Yeah, I would bring the guitar in the classroom. I remember one time we did Old MacDonald. I was teaching them animals. So we had the Old MacDonald had a farm going. It was a good time.
Nice.
I'll try and combine the two.
Cool. And so I remember when you first came here, I think it's spring 2016, you had told me that you were hoping to come out with a music degree and hope to integrate that back in with teaching Spanish again, which you had told me you were going back after you graduate this semester.
Yeah, so right, I am going to Mexico and then going to backpack across South America, back to Peru, across the Panama Canal. But I don't know. I would like to integrate music into teaching English, but ultimately I want to just teach music because I basically do teaching English as a way to get paid to see the world, but it's not what I'm passionate about. English for me is like, okay, I speak that, but what I actually care about is music. And that's why to teach anywhere in the world, you need a bachelor's, but it doesn't have to be in English. So music is what I actually wanted to learn, so I'm taking my music degree to teach all over the world.
Nice.
And I'm gonna like learn the music of where I'm going. Like, so when I go to Mexico next month, I'm gonna pick up one of those big mariachi guitars, the ones that are like a bass. Yeah.
And do you think that, so how has your time in Westfield and Holyoke Community College, how have those helped enhance your playing? Like, what have you learned more from being in college?
Well, before I came here, I was more of, went to school in general. I was more of a campfire guitarist. I knew my basic major, minor chords. I could strum and sing, but learning in a formal academic setting, like the nuts and bolts of what goes into it, it's brought me to a higher level.
Nice. And so you recently put on your senior performance recital just this past Sunday, week and a half ago. So what was it like to coordinate that, and especially like with a small ensemble?
So getting everybody together was kind of a task as far as everybody having the same time free, because there's 5 of us. So that's 5 people's schedules that we needed to work around. That on top of, I had like 2 of the only percussionists. So they were all caught up in Snoopy musical that the school was putting on. So I had that to compete with. My bassist is in another band, So he had all sorts of gigs and life obligations. Fortunately, my friend Alex was able to sit in on a lot of the rehearsals that he missed, and that's why I had him on the show too.
Nice. So you composed most of the pieces on your recital. So what was it like to write all of that and like make it like meaningful for you and putting on for your friends and family?
Well, so it was very gratifying to have it be like just my brainchild, this idea just manifests itself into reality. Like, especially with the journey through genres, the first rehearsal where we actually made it all the way to the end was just like, it's what makes us keep going back and doing it again. You know what I mean? It's a very gratifying experience.
Nice. And so for the jazz pieces that you did The Girl from Ipanema, which was the only jazz piece that you didn't compose, and then you ended with A Journey Through Genres.
Also, Funky Valentine.
Yes.
That's technically a jazz tune, but we did it as a funk.
Yeah. So you sang on those pieces, and I could really tell like there's a lot of emotion in that. I'd actually never heard you sing before, which was actually pretty incredible. Did you sing much beyond like chorus and this?
No, I mean I took chorus basically every semester I was here. I just was raised. I went to a hippie charter school for 9 years, from K through 8, and we had all school sing, where all the school would sing. So I was raised with it, but never anything formal. Like I couldn't read music and sing, like put notes on the staff I had only done it by ear until I got to chorus here.
Okay. And I had noticed that like when you did those two pieces, I felt a lot of emotion coming out. In the piece that you composed, A Journey Through Genres, you talked about nuclear war. You sang some verses in Spanish, which I can tell like reflects like some of your personal beliefs and how you feel about what you do with teaching kids. Is there anything about The Girl from Ipanema that particularly strikes you? Because I felt a lot of emotion in that song too.
It's funny that you should mention that, because my grandfather, Pop, on the Toscanini side, he would only listen to Frank Sinatra. Like nothing else. That was the extent of his musical taste was Frank Sinatra, and he had every Frank Sinatra tune in existence on this computer that he barely knew how to use. So that was kind of an homage to him. He passed away not too long ago, but yeah. So that kind of went out to Pop.
Nice. That's actually really touching to hear. That's all the time we have for today, Ed. Thank you for coming in, and it was a pleasure. Congratulations again on your recital, and good luck in Mexico. Good luck in the rest of your journeys after you graduate next month.
Thank you.
I'm Matt Anderson, and see you next time.